Alright everybody, here is my Honda Rebel 1100 2022. Bought it 3 weeks ago, had 1 mile on it when I got it, and now it's got over 500 miles on it. So yeah, it's creeping up. It'll be here before you know it when I gotta do that 600 mile first service. But yeah, I'm loving this bike. So I'm posting this because everybody keeps asking me anytime I put pictures, photos, or little video clips about the bike and me riding it, about the saddlebags. So I'm gonna get to it, but I'm gonna point out some other fun things and some other accessory things that I've added to the bike as well, so that y'all got, you know, I'm not getting questions about the other things when I post this video. So I'm going to cover all of them. There's not too many, but I'm going to cover them nonetheless. Okay, so let's get right into it. First thing from the front, first thing you notice, I actually just added this a couple days ago, just got it. That is your handlebar, well, they call it, it's Raider windshield bag, and it's made with real leather. That's real leather, for only 20 bucks. It's a nice handlebar bag. They call it a windshield bag. It barely fits. The straps to mount it to the handlebars are just far enough apart on the very last hole for the mounting straps. So yeah, it's a tight fit, but it's a perfect fit, and it doesn't really move a whole lot. Doesn't really move a whole lot. I mean, it shifts, but hey. I don't like the high cost of getting the headlight cowl, and I'm not sure whether or not I really want a full-blown windscreen on it. I mostly just ride this thing around town. I don't plan to spend a lot of time on the highway with it. So, you know, the windshield is kind of not really necessary for me at the time, and the headlight cowl, I didn't feel like spending the money for that, and I'm not 100% totally happy with the look of it. I really like this look here. I like the extra bag for an extra couple little things, and kind of helps hide and clean up the front of all the cable cords and everything going to all your handlebar controls and whatnot. So yeah, I like that look. To me, that looks good. I'm happy with it. I've got a big heavy-duty chain in it that I put through the wheel and the forks, so when I'm parked somewhere for more than 30-40 minutes, I can chain it up, you know, when I'm at work for 4 to 6 hours at a time before I get a break. That it's locked and it's safe, because I mean, you never know. I don't hear much about bikes around my town getting nabbed, but you know, it's an investment, and I want to protect my investment because I love it. I love this bike. So that's that. Then another thing that I highly recommend is getting one of the dash screen protectors. And they were on Amazon. All this stuff I got off of Amazon. Yeah, I'm an Amazon nerd. So the dash screen protectors, it comes in a two set pack, so you get, you know, this one and this one times 2. So if I'm not the greatest at putting these things on. I mean, I try, but I still end up getting a couple tiny little bubbles in it. But it is what it is. It's a whole lot better than getting bird crap on it, and then you go to clean the bird crap off, and it scratches the hell out of the screen. So yeah, that's the whole reason for that. Definitely recommend that, because nobody wants that to get all scratched up within the first 3 to 5 months of owning the bike, right? Another thing that I love that I got again off of Amazon is the tank bag for $27. This is a great little tank bag. Magnets, you know, top and bottom, side and side. Very good, strong magnets. As long as you're not trying to fill this thing with bricks. It has a great little phone thing for large phones. You can put a pretty big size phone in that if you want. lots of pockets, full inside pocket. Another, this tiny little bottom one here actually goes, this bottom pocket actually goes full length of the bag. I didn't realize that for like the first 2 weeks of owning it. And then I was getting something out of there, and I was like, oh, wait a minute, it keeps going up. So that was kind of funny. I love this pocket right here is garage door remote. Had to get another garage door remote. I got one for my car and one for the wife's car, and then I kept having to, for like the first week of owning the bike, I kept having to bounce the garage door remote from the car to the bike to the car to the bike, bike to car. Yeah, that got real annoying real quick. So I was like, dang. And they're like $30-some for a garage door remote. It's ridiculous what those things cost, right? So, all right, awesome tank bag, love that thing. All right, so now what everybody wants to really know about is the saddlebags. Okay, so saddlebags, again, bought off of Amazon. I'll include the links to all these items for you to make it real easy, because I know some of y'all just struggle to find things that you're looking for online. So I'll save you that trouble. But that's it's the company that sells it is Kimi Motor with a K. Kimi Motor saddlebags. They claim to be 16 liters, I paid $70 when I bought them. I think they're 72 and some change now. So I guess me buying them gained some popularity. So everybody's buying them up. So get it while you can. But they're 9.5 by 9.5 by 5.1. So 5.1 this way, 9.5 square that way. The reason why I went with these is because they're small, so they put some distance from the warmth of the muffler, because this thing gets pretty warm after a couple hours on the road. But mainly I got them because it's got this little two-digit combination lock incorporated to the clasp of the bag. So nice foam on the inside, thin layer foam stitched to it. They're fake leather, that's not real leather. It would have been real nice if it would have been real leather, but they probably would have been another $50 or $60 more in price. But they're good sized bags. I can put, safety gear stuff, first aid kit, tire plug kits, and inflator, and jackets and whatnot, and all kinds of little things. And so they are not hanging, they're not bolted to any kind of bag brackets. So yeah, there's no brackets. I might need to do that though, because I'm seeing some wear and tear on the bag from the frame of the bike, so I might need to look at getting some brackets. But right now, I mean, they're just being held in place by being pinched by the passenger seat here, which I had to drill out the bolt holes, that way, and stretch out the holes a little bit, so that to make up for the thickness of the bags going up underneath that seat. So the holes weren't wide enough apart to accommodate that, so I had to drill out the holes. But that's what I had to do. But yeah, I'm gonna have to look at getting some bag brackets to bolt on there, because yeah, there is a little bit of paint wear and bag wear from them just hanging loosely like that. So any suggestions to that for some budget ones, I am all ears. Please share in the comments. Tell me what y'all think. Again, I was going small and inexpensive. So dash screen protectors, set of 2 for $18. The saddlebags were $70 for me. They're $72 now. The tank bag is $27. Have not had any issues with the tank bag causing any blemishes on the paint of the tank. So that's been all good. Oh, if y'all wanted to get a better look at the exhaust pipe, being blackened on the end instead of that silvery chrome nonsense. Yeah, that looks great. It really just kind of fully, almost completely hides the muffler, because I think for the most part nobody really cared for that muffler. Not a very flattering looking muffler, and it doesn't really make the bike sound super great. I mean, it sounds fine, but you know, if you want noise, you're gonna want to put a different muffler on it. I'm okay with it being blacked out like that. It takes even less attention to it, just by being completely blacked out. So I'm happy with that, at least for now. So yeah, that's that. Those are the add-ons that I've done so far. Hope you enjoyed the video. Again, I'll put all the links to all the items in the description part below, so I'll save you all that trouble. Alright, y'all have a wonderful weekend. See ya. Alright, I got a quick update on these Kimimoto saddlebags that everybody was like, whoa, those are so sweet, where'd you get them, da 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 da. So yeah, if y'all saw my other video where I covered all of my accessory items that I've put on the bike, a whopping 4 items, along with the rear seat and pegs, but yeah, well, check that out. That's in the feed above, or you know, from a day or two ago. But I wanted to do a quick update because I realized when I did that video the damage that was happening to the bags from the suspension here and the side of the bike, and you know, noticed how it kept getting closer and closer to hitting the rear tire when you add more weight into those bags. So I didn't want to buy. I just, you know, low budget. I just looking at all the different saddlebag bars and brackets, and just like most of them are really beefy, and the other ones just there's multiple screw together points and all that stuff. I just didn't like them, and I didn't like having this. I was like, I don't know why they cost what they cost, but whatever. So I was thinking outside the box and tried to come up with something of my own solution. And first thing was like wood, and I'm like, no, that's stupid. Don't put wood on your motorcycle. So yeah, bad idea. Scratch that right from this beginning. So what I did was, here, I lifted one bag up here so you can get a good look at what I created. This is a thin piece of metal. And what it came from, because I didn't have to go out and buy some sheet metal. I got lucky there. That piece I actually got from, if you look at my top of my car here for the roof racks, you know, the baskets, the metal baskets that you can buy for putting extra cargo and stuff on top of your roof rack. Well, on those baskets, the piece that goes across the front as a wind deflector, that's what that came from. I know some of them are metal, some of them are heavy duty plastic. The one that I ended up with was metal. I ended up not using it and not using the basket, and so I sold the basket and forgot to give that wind deflector piece to the person that I sold the basket to, which was not a big deal because he would have realized, just like I realized, and with that on it, it actually created a whole bunch of extra noise, and yeah, no good. So I don't know why they even have those wind deflectors on those baskets. Anyways, so that's where that sheet metal came from. So I got lucky in not having to buy the sheet metal. Then you can see some felt padding that I put there, and of course I had to get some longer bolts. And then I have spacers, and these are just nylon spacers on there. And I cut everything to size and to shape that I wanted. So here's my expense report here. I racked up about $6 for all the spacers and the bolts, and then it was another $5.50 roughly for the felt. For the Scotch felt pads. You get two large pads, and so I used every bit of all of that. So if you don't know and need to know the sizes for the screws, hopefully I am getting this. They are the M8s 1.25 by 40 for the bolts screws, and then for the spacers they are the 1/2 inch by 0.328 by 1. So those are the sizes that I needed for that to work out, to create that proper gap that I needed, and for those screws to be the right length to go all the way in to the side of the frame of the bike. So yeah, I had to figure all that out, and it took a little bit of I mean, just a tiny ounce of effort of trial and error and measuring and figuring that out. I did use a little bit of blue Loctite. Less is more with that stuff. Don't go crazy with it, otherwise it won't work the way it's supposed to work. But blue Loctite, so it is removable but not going to vibrate loose with all the riding over railroad tracks and whatnot. So getting another look at this bracket that I created. I cut it so that, you know, there's no interference with the suspension there, and it gets me a pretty darn good gap and pulls that out away from the tire and the frame, and so that when the bag is down, and once I bolted it on there, I actually pulled on the metal a little bit to kind of adjust it out to the position that I wanted it to be in. And then another little secret is, on these particular bags there is this little doohickey, and I drilled another hole at the bottom here of the frame. There's a little hole right here. I don't know if y'all can see that. Probably can't, but there's a hole right there where my finger's in it. Okay, so that hole is actually a little bit that way from where that little doohickey is on the bag. So when I throw a tiny zip tie on there, it actually pulls the bag this way, pulls the bag that way just a little bit, just to ensure that there's plenty of space and plenty of clearance. I mean, I say plenty, but really it's not. It's tighter than you would like it to be, but there is enough clearance to where, with the suspension, that this clears the bag and doesn't hit the bag once that zip ties in place. I already did the one side here and then cut it, so if you can see that. So this bag does not, I mean, it's not going anywhere, whether it's completely empty or it's got, you know, 7 bricks in it. I don't know if I could fit 7 bricks in there, but that was what I came up with my solution, as my solution. And you know, only time will tell, but I honestly don't think, I'm not putting a crap ton of weight in those bags, and they're not that huge of bags. I think that this is going to suffice just fine. I mean, you really don't, you just need something with some rigidity and some spacers like that to get those bags, those small little bags, out and away from the frame and away from your suspension, and to where the bags don't get damaged and the bike doesn't get, you know, scratched up or anything, you know, happens to the bike. So yeah, I hope this was helpful for some people. Get your minds going. Somebody else come up with another fun little solution of creating your own bag spacers and bag brackets. So yeah, that's what I had. That's what I came up with. Very low budget, you know, very minimal, you know, hardware and pieces that I pretty much already had, and I think it's going to work out really, really well. So yeah, y'all tell me what you think in the comments, and if anybody's done something similar or even simpler. I don't know how much simpler you can get than that, but yeah, tell me what y'all think, and y'all have a good one. Bye.